is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Chuds BBQ. My name is Bradley Robinson, and today I'm going to show you how I made this beautiful, delicious, cheesy, smoky, meaty, amazing barbecue chicken pizza. Coming up. This is some chicken. Pat it dry. And what I got here is 2 chicken breasts, skin off, tender removed, nothing too fancy here. And I've been debating all day whether or not I should use chicken breast or chicken thighs, because I think they're both pretty well suited for this application, and every barbecue chicken pizza I've ever had has had chicken breast on it, so that's what we're gonna go with today. And also, I'm pretty sure I've never cooked a chicken breast on this channel, so maybe I'll have to do a whole dedicated video about that someday, but in the meantime, let's get these ready for the grill. And to do that is pretty simple. First thing I'm gonna do is bust out a plastic bag here, pop this in there and close it up. We're basically just gonna pound this until it's a little more even, because if we're gonna cook this as is, this side is really thin, this side is really thick. So by the time this is fully cooked, that'll be really overcooked, or the other way around. So we're gonna just even the playing field a little bit with this meat mallet here. Just like that, a little bit bigger, a little bit wider, should grill up more evenly. Do the same with this guy. Not going too hard, not trying to rip the chicken or anything, just trying to flatten it out. And now we've got to get these seasoned up. And today I'm going on with some Chuds BBQ poultry rub, because as you can imagine, it's great on chicken. Just came out with a whole new line of rubs a couple weeks back. If you haven't seen that video, be sure to check it out. Chicken rub, steak rub, and pork rub. And they're really tasty, I've been enjoying them. Nice healthy coating all the way around. Flip it over and get the top. And of course, folks, we're not gonna forget the sides. Come on, that'd be a rookie move. Beautiful. A lot of questions about how to clean this board. It's just some scent-free food grade sanitizer. Let it soak for a couple minutes. Easy peasy, good to go. I'll do this guy as well. I do this like 900 times a video. That's how I spend most of my day. And just like that, all rubbed down. So now I'm gonna pop them into the fridge for a little bit, let that salt kind of start working its way into the meat, hydrate that rub a little bit, and just start building those layers of flavor. This video is brought to you by Ridge. I'm sure by now you know I'm a big fan of Ridge wallets. I've been carrying one for the last 2-3 years, and I've had no intention of getting anything else because they just really meet my needs. They hold up to 12 cards, they got a money strap or a money clip on the back, nice brass look, but they also make all sorts of different products, like this key case, love that thing. No more keys rattling around in your pocket, kind of works like a pocket knife. They got green ones, this wood one is pretty cool, I had a leather one for a while, carbon fiber, the list goes on. Plenty of different materials and colors. And right now, Ridge is doing a massive sweepstakes where the winner could get a gold-plated Cybertruck, a Hennessy Velociraptor, or $100,000 in cash from now through September 13th. And there's plenty of ways to enter. If you go to the Ridge website, every dollar you spend is an entry. Go to ridge.com/chudsbbq, or you can just enter for free. And they just came out with these 2 new wallets, the Hennessy and the Cyber wallet. Both pretty shiny, looking pretty good. And if you purchase either of these wallets right now, they'll give you 4 times the entries. Nowadays, I rarely carry cash anymore, and having a minimalist card wallet like this that's super thin has been a welcome addition to my everyday carry. And I've traveled all over the world with these Ridge wallets and never once had a problem with them. And if you get one today, you have a chance to win $100,000, a Cybertruck, or a Velociraptor. Let me know in the comments which one of those you'd pick, because I don't really think I'm the kind of guy to drive a gold-plated Cybertruck around town. So if you're in the market for a new wallet, key case, or any other great products from Ridge, go to ridge.com/chudsbbq, where every dollar you spend is an entry into the sweepstakes where you could win either these 2 trucks or $100,000 in cash. Again, link in the description, that's ridge.com/chudsbbq, where every dollar gives you a chance to win. Thank you, Ridge. At this point, everything is prepped and ready to go, so I think it's time to fire up that pit and grill off some chicken and probably some bacon too. Got the old Chud grill fired up with the griddle plate and a standard grill grate on there. So we'll get some bacon going on the griddle side. And then over here on the grill side, we'll throw down our beautiful chicken breasts. Love a nice full grill. Got a pretty medium heat, so nothing's gonna cook too fast and burn. So I'm gonna shut this down, let those chicken breasts get cooked on all directions, and also be imbued with the smoky smell of bacon. Not the most even charcoal dump I've ever had. That's fine. Oh yeah, that's looking real good. Beautiful. Get a little more color, then we'll flip them. Griddled bacon with the added benefit of some charcoal flavor. What more do you need in life? And yeah, we've clearly got a grease fire, and I'm not concerned at all. Kind of looks like a pizza oven. Makes you think. Bacon is coming off, and I'm probably gonna throw some more on because it looks really good and I need some for the pizza, and I'm going to be snacking on this. So yeah, I'm probably gonna throw another package on, but we'll go ahead and flip these over. Looking absolutely beautiful. Love that color. I mean, come on folks. It's a good looking chicken breast right there. And just like that, off the pit we come. Chicken breasts are rocking around 155. Bacon is looking nice and crispy. So now I'm gonna set these aside and let them cool down. Probably pop them in the fridge for a little bit. Then we'll dice them up. And now that our chicken has cooled down a little bit, loving the color on that, nice golden brown on there. We're gonna go ahead and cube this up into whatever size you like. But first, let's take a look at that. Looks pretty good. Smells great. I want these to be bite-sized, but I also don't want them to be too small. So just a nice little centimeter dice or something is kind of what I'm after. Substantial enough for some chew, but not enough to be annoying to eat. Every noise in the neighborhood today, folks. But yeah, that's some good looking chicken right there. Honestly, quite juicy looking. Pretty happy with it. Oh yeah. Beautiful. And while I'm here, I'll cut up this bacon as well. Again, with some good sized chunks. Add a bit more smokiness, a little bit more texture, and help combat the sometimes bland chicken breasts. Beautiful. So at this point, we've got our chicken, we've got our bacon, we've got 3 types of cheese, just like Domino's. So we got some sharp cheddar, some full fat, whole milk, low moisture mozzarella. Whew, that's a mouthful. And we got some provolone. Then on top, we're gonna go on with some thinly sliced red onion, as well as some cilantro. And our sauce, of course, is some barbecue sauce. And I'm going with my favorite barbecue sauce of all time, Leroy Lewis BBQ Sauce, which you can in fact pick up on our website, chudsbbq.com, if you wanna try it for yourself. And I highly recommend it. Great stuff. So I guess the only thing left to talk about is the dough, which luckily I got started like 3 days ago. To make our pizza dough, we're gonna start out by going in with some warm water, some sugar, and our yeast. And get that mixed up. And then in with some bread flour, just some regular King Arthur bread flour, and our kosher salt. And mix that for a couple minutes. And once that's come together a little bit, in we go with some olive oil. And after just a couple of minutes of kneading that's come together, all the ingredients are incorporated, and we're starting to build some gluten. But now I'm gonna do an autolyzing step, meaning I'm just gonna cover this up and let it sit here for like 20 minutes or something, just to let all that flour absorb the water, and it'll help with the gluten process, and make sure we have a nice smooth ball of dough. So, I'll see you in like 20 minutes. And now that it's all rested down, looking a little bit more relaxed, getting some stretch to it already. So now we're gonna need this for about 6 to 8 minutes to get a lot of gluten developed. And just like that, comes together into a pretty good looking dough. Still a little bit sticky. Ain't not as strong as we want yet, but we're gonna get there. But first thing we gotta do is take this out. Boop. Looking good, and now I'm gonna wrap it up in plastic wrap and let it rise. 30 minutes later, let's take a look at this dough. And it's looking pretty good, relaxed a little bit, tacked up a little bit more, and now we're gonna do some strength building folds to really make sure that gluten is developed. Where you just grab a corner, stretch it, and fold it into the middle. And we're gonna do this every half hour until 2 hours is up. This is really gonna help build that gluten and strengthen the dough. Beautiful. And after 2 hours of bulk fermentation here and 4 different sets of stretch and folds, our dough is done. It's definitely looking a lot smoother and a lot stronger. So I'm gonna pop this on a scale and see how much it weighs. And now I'm gonna divide it into 3 equal sized balls, weighing 565 grams. How close do you think this is gonna be? 548, not bad. Beautiful. Cut this one in half as well. Ooh, 548 again. What are the odds of that? Weird. And now into a bowl, I'm gonna grab some olive oil and just give it a nice little squeezer in there. Just enough so it doesn't stick. One more little knead. Tuck all the seams to the bottom, kind of like a tortilla or a burger bun or something like that. Nice and tight. You can work it on the table too if you like. And I gotta say, this is a very great dough to work with. You know, it's not too high hydration, so it's not very sticky, and it's very supple. Into the bowl we go. And now I'm gonna cover these in plastic wrap and pop them into the fridge for a good long time. And how long you let these ferment in the fridge is really up to you. You know, you could just go overnight. I've done that before, it works out really well. You probably could just let this relax for another hour or so and then stretch it out and make yourself a pizza right away. But it's not gonna have as much good flavor, and it's gonna be hard to work with because again, it needs to relax for a while. So anywhere between 1 and 3 days is usually the sweet spot. Around day 4 and 5, the yeast is pretty spent. It's just gonna deflate and end up with a really cracker-like pizza. So I'm probably gonna give this 2 or 3 days. We'll see how the schedule works out. And after 3 days in the fridge, This dough is looking absolutely beautiful, nice and round. That's why I put it in this round bowl. It's gonna make shaping it a lot easier, but it's looking really smooth. I took this out of the fridge probably 2 hours ago to let it kind of come up to room temp, puff up a little bit, take the chill off of it so it's easier to work with. So now I'm gonna throw some flour down on the board here and flip it straight out. Boop. Love it. Throw some flour on top. And now it's time to start shaping our pizza, which I'm not very good at. But I'm going to start by just kind of forming the crust around the outside. And luckily this dough is really easy to work with and really easy to stretch. So just kind of bat it back and forth, get the flour off, and start shaping it. Give it a little twirl if you're feeling fancy. But like I said, you can kind of just stretch this however you feel comfortable, and it usually works out pretty well. The old knuckle twist. Get rid of that extra flour. And this is my second pizza making video ever, so bear with me, folks, because I'm learning this as I go. And it's a lot harder than it looks. But that's looking pretty good. I got the smooth side, the top side of that bowl down, just to ensure we get some clean launches. But just kind of stretching it out, trying to keep it round. And that's looking pretty good to me. I'm trying to make this a pretty big pizza, 16-incher or so, because that's the biggest one that'll fit in my oven. Now we got to put it on the peel and build this thing. This is my 16-inch peel. I'm going to hit it with some flour, just in case there's any wet spots or something on there, as well as a good amount of some semolina flour. Make the launch go a little bit smoother, hopefully. Although my luck with pizzas is like probably 50%. And because I'm filming, it's probably not gonna go well, but we're gonna do our best. So carefully, onto the peel we go. So now sauce down first. Of course, Leroy Lewis BBQ sauce. All the way to the edge. I find you can go a little heavier with barbecue sauce than I would with a normal tomato-based sauce. But smear that around as much or as little as you see fit. Beautiful. And then we'll go down with some of our mozzarella cheese. Trying to move quickly here so it doesn't stick to the peel, but sometimes that is unavoidable. Then our provolone, and of course our cheddar, which is nice on a pizza. That little bit of sharpness, but not full cheddar, you know what I mean? And of course your ratios are completely up to you. Definitely going mozz heavy on mine. Next up we'll go down with some of our chicken, just a nice even smattering, as well as our bacon. Just kind of filling the gaps. And then our red onion. But let me know in the comments, what would you put on a barbecue chicken pizza? Because I'm basically just going off the Domino's website here, but I'm not sure if they had bacon. Beautiful. And then one last time, just a little bit more mozzarella, just to kind of cover everything up, get some more of that cheese meltage going on. That is a good looking pizza. A lot of toppings on there. At this point, you could go through and kind of stretch it out if you wanted to, but I'm just gonna leave it as is and try and launch this thing. Pizza oven today is the Gosney Arc XL. Picked this up a couple months ago, and no, they didn't send it to me. They did send me the dome, which we have down at the Chuds shop, and after a couple weeks of cooking on that, I knew I needed one for the house, so I just went out and bought this bad Larry. And I love it. It cooks great. Propane only, gets nice and hot, and it's in a very small package, which fits nicely on my patio setup out here. All right, gave this thing a little shimmy. It seems to be free, and moment of truth. Oh, like a dream. Thank God the camera was rolling for that. I got this thing cranked up to about 750, 775 right now, but the flame is off. I'm gonna let it kind of cook the bottom and cool down a little bit so we don't blast the toppings too hard. And once the bottom cooks enough that this thing is moving around, I'll likely turn the flame back on low to crisp up those crusts a little bit. All right, it's been probably 3 minutes or so. It's starting to puff up and look real nice, so I'm gonna see if we can get underneath it. Oh, that's a heavy pizza. I'm just gonna kind of start trying to rotate it around. Take a peek at the bottom. Looking good, a little dark. I may have preheated this thing a little too long. But now I'm gonna kick the flame on. Just keep it on low and just kind of rotate this and get those crusts nice and browned up. This is a heavy pie. And just like that, out we go. Oh God, I think I burned it. That was a rookie mistake. I was kind of rotating it near the flame, getting this crust nice and dark, but I wasn't paying attention to the back side, which apparently there's a hot spot. So while I was focusing on that side, this got a little crispy. My bad. But other than that, it's great looking pizza, you know what I mean? Cheese isn't too burnt. Got some good color on there. Everything's coming together. Smells great. But to finish it off, a little bit more barbecue sauce going on top. Oh yeah. And then our chopped cilantro. Beautiful. I got it resting on a wire rack here so the bottom doesn't steam out while it's cooling down, which I'm definitely gonna let it do for a couple minutes because it is really hot. All right, let's slice on in. And there it is. Got a little flop on front, but you know, it's got like 3 pieces of chicken right on the nose there, so that's to be expected. But all in all, pretty good looking slice. Ooh, look at that cheese pull. Bottom side looking good. Again, I think I got that floor a little too hot, which is usually the opposite of my problem with this thing. And other than the back pieces being a little bit crispy, I think it looks pretty good. All in all, it's got all the flavors I like. It's got some good color to it, puffed up nicely. Nothing failed too hard except for, you know, that, but we can try it again. But first I want to see how this tastes. Crust holds up pretty well, you know what I mean? I was kind of aiming for New York style pizza. That's what this dough recipe is, but I don't want to call it that because it's a little too thick, I think. But you know what? It's definitely not Neapolitan, so call it what you will. Oh my God. Ah. That is so much better than any barbecue chicken pizza I've had from like Domino's or something like that. The chicken is juicy. It's tender. You know, it's got some grill flavor to it. It didn't overcook in the pizza oven too, which is great. You get some cheese in there. The bacon adds that nice little bacon pop. The 3 cheeses is working really well though. I don't think I've ever actually ordered a barbecue chicken pizza, but I've definitely had them over the years. You know, if it's there, I'll eat it. But I don't usually like them because of the barbecue sauce. Whatever they use is either got liquid smoke in it or it's way too sweet. But because I'm using an actually really good barbecue sauce, it's a fantastic bite. And I am definitely making this again. That is genuinely fantastic. Again, love this form factor. A little bit of flop. Underside looks good. Got a good amount of crisp to it. It's got a lot of toppings, but it's not overwhelming. You know what I mean? So many flavors. The black pepper in the sauce, the rub on the chicken, the onions, the cilantro, it all really comes together perfectly. And I don't really notice the onions. I mean, I'm looking right at them, but they kind of cook down just enough to get a little bit sweet and just kind of blend in. They're not hard and vegetal. And that cilantro is there right at the end to brighten everything up, and you guys got to make this one. And I was cooking around 700 degrees. I was aiming for more like 650, but it's really hot out here and that oven didn't cool down quick enough and I got a little antsy, hence the burned crust. But I'm sure if you pop this in your home oven at 550 with a pizza stone, this recipe would work out just fine. And if you do, let me know down below. That is so good. Beautiful looking slice, foldable, nice and big. I mean, come on. Worth it. The chicken bacon barbecue sauce combo is really what's doing it for me. You know, it's not jumping out as I'm a bacon pizza, but I would definitely notice it if it's gone. Very tasty. Let me know down below if that crust is too thick to call this a New York style dough. I mean, it tastes good, it eats good, but I don't want to anger a bunch of New Yorkers, if you know what I mean. I'm just trying to prepare myself for when I finally do a full cheese or a pepperoni pie. Would you like to try some barbecue chicken pizza?
Yes, this looks like the perfect slice, so I'm gonna choose that one.
I picked it for you.
This wasn't the best shirt maybe to wear.
It's fine, it's not too drippy. Bugs like it. Oh, big bite.
Oh, I didn't mean to, but kept going. Oh, that's good. Okay.
I like it.
Yeah.
Good chew on that crust.
Oh yeah.
It's sweet, but it's not too sweet, you know?
No. And not overly barbecue saucy. Which you only need a touch of that.
Well, I was saying earlier, I think it's the type of barbecue sauce, because whatever, every pizza joint ever uses is just awful. And this is a locally made, just balanced sauce. So it's not like just sugar. There's no stupid smoke flavor in there. And I put a lot on there.
That's solid. The only downside is this crust on this part of the pizza.
Yeah, that was the side I wasn't looking at until I pulled it out. And I've got enough dough. I could make another one, and I probably will.
It honestly doesn't look like it would taste actually like burnt.
Yeah, of course it's the side that puffed up really perfectly.
Yeah, this crust.
I mean, I've seen worse.
But then this crust, that's pretty perfectly puffed to me too.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt that you need 3 days to get that kind of a crust, I have been working on my 1-day recipe, so.
Okay.
1 day soon.
Well, I'm still here. Oh, a butterfly! Look.
Butterfly in the sky, read a book, it's in a book, I never learned how to read. Have you ever ordered a barbecue chicken pizza?
No.
But it's good, right?
It is good, and I have had one. I'm kind of a basic.
Yeah, she's a cheese gal, I'm a pepperoni man, but honestly, I'm gonna be making this again. It's solid.
Yeah, this is delicious.
But there's only one true way to find out if it's good, and that is with the official taste test. So with this bite of crust, ooh, ow! All right, y'all, I fired one more off just because I had the dough, and this time I cooked it a little bit lower, around 600, 650, rotated it a little bit more often, and as you can see, this one came out a lot better. No more burn spots. Cheese is still nicely blistered, and just all around looking absolutely wonderful. So I guess pizza is like the opposite of barbecue, where I'm better when the cameras aren't rolling. Something I'm definitely gonna have to work on. Beautiful looking pie though. This is the part where I should just edit out everything I just did and shoot this again, but I just can't be bothered. I just wanted to show you that I can make a good pizza, right? That one looks a little better. Definitely less burned. Let's see the undercarriage. Oh yeah. Yep, that's better all around. Oh well. All right, y'all, and that is it. That is how to make some absolutely fantastic, smoky, cheesy barbecue chicken pizza. I highly recommend giving this one a try, It really is a lot better than something something you're gonna get from a takeout place with quality grilled chicken with real charcoal flavor, and using your favorite barbecue sauce is always gonna help. But like I said earlier, this is definitely something I'm gonna be making again very soon. But all that being said, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting that subscribe button, let YouTube know by dropping a like on this video. If you give this recipe a try for yourself, be sure to tag me on Instagram at Chuds BBQ. I'd love to see what y'all are cooking. Big shout out to all the Patreon members. Thank you for supporting Team Chud and allowing me to keep making all these videos. And until the next time I see you, please go cook something outside. Peace!